welcome to the Will Dogs Games and Wrestling. Today I want to talk about a game that I have been waiting for probably a year and a half now. I know many people were waiting for it. The hype train was huge for this game. This game was No Man's Sky. Came out, last week on the PS4 and a few days ago on the PC. I have played both versions and I'd like to talk about both of them and give you my take on the game. Now, first of all, like I said, the hype train was huge for this game. A lot of people speculated about what it was. What do you do in it? What is the point? I was hearing a lot of questions like I hear for Minecraft, and I've heard about, for Minecraft from people who have never played it, but these were from actual gamers. Again, what do you do with it? What's the point? Okay, the short answer is the overall point is you are in this procedurally generated galaxy, universe, actually, and the point is to get to the center. And at the center, there's this big hoopla as to what's at the center. Now, some of you may have seen the reports that somebody actually got an early copy of the game and got to the center and said it really wasn't worth it. But Hello Games has actually patched the game to make it a little bit more worth it here. But I'm going to give you my early impressions. I have about 10 hours in the game right now, which is a lot for me. I don't get to play as many hours of video games as I'd like to sometimes because, life happens. So you start out on a planet. Your ship is almost destroyed. You have to repair it before you can leave the planet. And then before you can leave the system you're in, and the system will have about 3-4 planets, depending on the system, it'll have a few planets, and you have to get a hyperdrive, and then you got to fuel that hyperdrive. And once you have that, you can jump to the next star system, and you can get upgrades to your ship, including your hyperdrive, to jump further. You also have to fuel that hyperdrive by making warp cells. Now, the warp cells, they're not as hard to make as I would have, enjoyed it. It doesn't really expand the game out too much. And when you get to the next system, it is a constant go mine for the resources you need, jump to the next system. If that's what you want to do. Now, what I feel this game is not what everybody was expecting. It's more a relaxing game. I enjoy it. As much as you're going to hear some negative things here, I really enjoy this game. I think it is a triumph in technology because of the sheer mass of the game. Now, you would think a game that has such a large universe might have a large file size because it's got all that data it's got to put in there. Game's only about 5 gigs right now, and that's with the 1.5 gig day one update. So it's not that big on your system. Now, what I will say is it runs a heck of a lot better on the PS4 right now than it does on the PC. My PC has a GTX 970 8-thread CPU, so this thing can run a lot. I can run with the best of them. I actually have some graphical issues with No Man's Sky. So I don't feel it's very well optimized on the PC just yet. But again, this is PC here. They're going to patch it. Even with the consoles, they patch these things all the time. So I would wait on it, really, on the PC. But if you have a PS4, I would go ahead and pick it up. Especially if you like Minecraft. I don't play Minecraft with any end goal in mind. I just like mining stuff. So, yeah, the building's fun and all that. I just like collecting stuff. And that is what this game is. You're going to land on planets. You're going to mine the resources you need to get better stuff. And you are going to discover new creatures and new flora. New plants, if you will. And you get the opportunity to actually name those animals and plants and upload them with your names. Now, do I do that? No, there are default names that you can just upload real quickly, and that's generally what I do. I did take time out at the beginning. I named my first planet Omicron Persei 8. I'm a huge Futurama fan, so I got to be lore, So in the end, if you're looking for multiplayer, don't buy this game. It's actually been proven already that you can't see other players in this game. And that's really a knock on this game, because the head of Hello Games came out in previous interviews and said that you could run into players. As of right now, it looks like you can't. Now, they have come out and said that could be due to a server issue or whatnot, but until we see it happen, it's not happening. So if you're looking for multiplayer, don't do it. If you're looking for a deep story, don't do it. There's a little bit of story here and there, but as bare bones as it gets. I think Titanfall had more story than this. But if you're looking for a relaxing game that is fun, has simple things for you to do, and you're not going to be surprised, when you get to the next planet, you're going to have a few hazards and stuff to overcome, like if it's toxic on the planet, if it's got acid rain, if it's too heated for your suit to take, you've got to deal with that stuff. And there are aggressive fauna, animals, if you will, on some of the planets. But I always like landing on a new planet, taking a look around. Sometimes they can look barren as all get out, but then there's creatures running around, and I like seeing what the new creatures are, what that procedural generation equation is making up for me. The first time I landed on a planet with water, it was like, oh crap, I'm on a planet with water. This is so cool. Got to go to swimming down in the water. Some of the stuff, though, that it generates, with procedural generation, it's not a person putting the stuff there. I've actually run into buildings underwater, which I'm like, really? Come on. Why would a building be right there? But then again, who knows? So, is it perfect? No. Is it everything I wanted it to be? Yes. All right. If you didn't jump on the hype train, you will like this game. It's a great game. Just understand what it is. So, with that, I'm going to give it my final score of 7 undiscovered planets out of 10. So, again, if you want what I've just laid out, go pick it up. If you don't want what it was laid out, don't pick it up. And with that, I will leave you at this. Whatever your geek is, remember, let your geek out.